Jack Reacher, released in 2012, is a crime thriller film based on Lee Child's novel One Shot. The movie opens with a seemingly random act of violence in Pittsburgh. A sniper targets and kills 5 innocent people in broad daylight. The crime scene is meticulously constructed and the shooter leaves behind a trail of evidence that leads the police to James Barr, a former Army sniper with a history of violence. Barr is arrested and under interrogation, is offered a confession in exchange for leniency. Instead, Barr scribbles a cryptic note, "Get Jack Reacher." Jack Reacher is a former Army military police major now living off the grid. When he sees news coverage of Barr's arrest, he travels to Pittsburgh not to clear Barr's name but to ensure he gets justice. Reacher has a history with Barr. Years earlier, Barr was accused of a similar crime during his military service, but due to lack of evidence, he was never prosecuted. Reacher had vowed that if Barr ever did something like this again, he would find him and take him down. Upon arriving in Pittsburgh, Reacher meets with Helen Rodin, Barr's defense attorney and the daughter of the district attorney. Reacher is initially convinced of Barr's guilt, but as he begins to investigate the case, he uncovers discrepancies that suggest Barr might have been framed. The evidence against Barr is almost too perfect, and Reacher starts to believe that someone has gone to great lengths to ensure Barr takes the fall for the murders. Reacher's investigation leads him to discover a larger conspiracy involving a mysterious Russian businessman known as the Zek, who has a dark past and is willing to go to any lengths to protect his criminal enterprise. The Zek is the mastermind behind the murders, which were orchestrated to eliminate one specific target among the 5 victims. The other 4 were simply collateral damage to make the crime appear random. As Reacher delves deeper, he faces several attempts on his life, orchestrated by the Zek's enforcer Charlie. Despite the dangers, Reacher methodically uncovers the truth, piecing together how the Zek's organization framed Barr. He also discovers that Barr, though present at the scene, was drugged and incapacitated by the real shooter. Reacher's quest for justice culminates in a confrontation at a construction site outside of town, where the Zek and his men are hiding out. In a tense showdown, Reacher uses his military training and combat skills to systematically take down the men guarding the Zek. He then faces off against Charlie, ultimately defeating him in hand-to-hand combat. Finally, Reacher confronts the Zek, who coldly tries to justify his actions. Reacher, true to his sense of justice, executes the Zek, ensuring that he can no longer hurt anyone. After the confrontation, Reacher confronts Barr in the hospital, where he has been recovering after being beaten into a coma while in custody. Reacher explains how Barr was set up and offers him a choice to stand trial and clear his name or to disappear and start a new life. Barr, aware of his own guilt in the earlier crime that Reacher had suspected, decides to disappear, realizing that he narrowly escaped paying the ultimate price for a crime he didn't commit. The movie ends with Reacher, once again, slipping off the grid, leaving behind no trace of his presence. He leaves Helen with a final piece of advice. The world is full of evil, and sometimes, you need someone like him to bring justice where the law cannot. As Reacher disappears into the night, it becomes clear that he is a man driven by his own code of honor, destined to remain a drifter, bringing justice in his own way, wherever he goes. Jack Reacher is a taut, character-driven thriller that combines intense action sequences with a compelling mystery, anchored by Tom Cruise's portrayal of the enigmatic and relentless protagonist. The film's exploration of justice, revenge, and the lengths to which some will go to manipulate the system make it a gripping and thought-provoking entry in the action genre. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications on our new videos.